We here at the Kamen Saloon of Tracks will support any and all that are involved in the creation and distribution of any show we feature, and we encourage any of those watching to support the official release. Thank you and enjoy the show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live from the outskirts of the internet. This is the Gaming Saloon of Tracks for January 25th, 2014, with your host, Spacebreaker2448.
And Rapid Epsilon. And Clock made me do the and again.
Yeah, he is currently busy with family, so it's just us this week.
Yeah, at least we know where he went this time.
Yes, that is the most important thing he could have ever done. Now, at this moment.
Yeah.
Besides show up.
Yeah.
Alright. We get a Final Form arc this week, folks, with Wizard.
I'm gonna assume yay.
Oh yeah, it's always cool to have the Final Form arc. You know, it's kind of the big power up and the. It's always been a good standpoint in all the shows I've seen, although only the Neo Heisei guys, or actually, like post Akito, I think are the only ones that really have the Final Form arc. Because Kuga's Final Form doesn't show up until the second to last episode. For plot reasons.
Wow.
For the most part. There's a reason it doesn't show up to the second to last episode. Agito's kind of just shows up, and that's kind of just what happens. Decade had an arc, and Double and Nose and Force A have an arc, and Wizard's got an arc. We're watching it. I don't know if essentially if it's an arc, but a lot of episodes, have the kind of a lot of shows have the big standout episode where the big Final Form gets premiered, and it's always a big deal. It kind of is normally a low point for the hero, and they come back up and they achieve the Final Form and beat the shit out of the villain, whoever it is, for the week.
And depending on how early the Final Form comes, continue to use it to beat the shit out of every other villain that comes up.
And if you're Kiva, you're going to use that Final Form more than you do your base form, because apparently the base form is hard to fight in for the the stunt guys.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently Emperor Form got used a lot after it got debuted in Kiva. Like, way too often. But I didn't make it that far in Kiva, so I'm just working off everybody else's word. With that said, we got some rumored news things to talk about. And we might as well start with the thing that deals with next week's episode of Gaim first.
Might as well.
Yeah. Originally, we got a pink and white picture that showed off Gaim in what was at the time assumed to be the Jimba insert energy for here arms thing that happens when you have the little Genesis driver add-on hooked into the Sengoku driver. That thing that we've known about for weeks now. We just didn't know what the hell it was. And on top of that, we had a new arms for Gridden, but we're going to get to that part. Now, Gaim being Gaim, we waste no time getting into that arms, as it's going to be appearing next week. Like, literally, it's appearing next week, and what I have to assume is the last fight of the show, last fight of the episode.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
And what's bad is we'll probably see him get the driver either at the end of this week's episode or the very beginning of next week's.
Oh, the attachment?
Yeah.
No, he's getting it this week.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, he's getting it from Sagara.
And it'll be at the end of the episode.
No, it's not.
Really?
Yeah, it's not going to be at the end of the episode.
Wow.
I haven't seen the Raw, but I'm pretty sure I can peg what's going to happen at the end of the episode. They're going to get chased through the forest because they have to escape the facility, and Kota gets it while he's in the facility in Yggdrasil headquarters.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's what's happening. Uh,
No,
as,
Java, I don't want to update. Shut up, Java.
essentially, this is actually not really looking like a fruit. It actually looks like armor. Uh, I'm working off the Kamen Guy News Tumblr, and what it's supposed to be. Essentially, it's supposed to be a tabard that high-ranking samurai would wear over their armor, which is kind of where the name Jimba comes from. It's what many people speculated what it was to begin with. Now, how this transformation goes, I don't know. It's not in the preview. We just get a lot of shots of, well, Jimba arms. I'm just going to call it that until we get an actual name for this. And it's the Jimba Lemon arms, and it looks like if he's going to use another energy lock seed, it's going to color swap, maybe? Also, Gaim's logo is on the armor as well, like the Energy Riders. So, and he uses a sonic arrow that mass shifts.
Or at least looks like it does.
Yeah, yeah. That was the thing that was being speculated on today, literally, because this literally came out like either today or early or late yesterday. So, yeah, Gaim don't waste no time with its forms.
Of course.
Now, on to the fun thing of Gridden. Well, not so much the fun thing as it is the confusing thing that involves Gridden. I linked you. I'm going to link you both sets of rumors from HJU because you already have the ones from the Tumblr. Kamen Rider Underground on both. All right. Let me see where I can attempt to begin with this. Essentially, we have two separate rumors. Each are dealing with, at its core, a new arms, which is called uh, Kuriumi Arms, which is a Lockseed we've seen before. It's the shield one on the Lockseed. It's a nut Lockseed. Now, the confusing thing is these two rumors are contradicting each other. One puts this as the arms for a new writer called Knuckle. And I think the second rumor says who it is.
Hmm.
Yeah, Zach from Team Red Hot, who appears next week again after he had his Sengoku driver being stolen by Pierre, so Pierre could become Bravo.
Yeah.
Uh, now, of course, the opposite end of this rumor is that Gridden is the one receiving this upgrade. And again, another thing that's consistent between these two rumors is that the weapon is a brass knuckle, which is why there's nothing in the Lockseed from the picture we saw, although it might just be a prototype image because you could still see the screw holes on it, which I think the other Lockseed didn't. The other nut Lockseed that wasn't meant to have an arms doesn't have, and by does isn't meant to have one as in there's no programmed sounds in for it for the one we have. It's the sunflower seed Lockseed. Yeah, that we're not getting an arms out of that because there's no programmed sounds in there. Unless somehow it's going to have one for the a DX release. It just has invest noises in it. So yeah, you have this kind of contradiction happening. It's like, okay, either it's an upgrade for a new rider, or it's for Gridden. Doesn't help that this, as far as I know for this week's episode, Kaito at some point grabs a blank Sengoku driver before they escape.
Huh.
So I don't know. I literally just don't know. It's kind of up in the air because I don't think the writer one has been debunked. I don't think. I know someone said that some of the rumors were debunked. Oh no, yeah, it's other rumors that are in there that are debunked. It's not that one. That one is still true to some capacity, or can be. At least its credibility isn't out the window at this point. Uh, just on some of the other stuff that comes out of these rumors, uh, that deal directly with what happens next week, which is not really rumors. Like I said, Cigar is the one that gives Kota the lemon energy lock seed that happens this week. Just saying. There was a picture online showing this exact thing happening, so we knew way in advance that this was going to be a thing.
Yeah. Well, not to mention, wasn't that part of it in the
Preview?
preview at the end?
No, there was going to be a conversation between Cigar and Kota, but it looked different. Like Cigar was outside his cell talking to him. This was the two sitting down having a conversation. This was the picture that how he gives him the part so he can do this.
Guess what
To
just
her,
got posted?
15 Raw.
Yeah,
God damn you!
I've got it pulled up on YouTube.
Of course, of
So
course, of
needless to
course.
say, we'll be watching that after the show.
Yeah. Uh, Tula Hopper will be the vehicle of the Kurakaki Troopers. No surprise, since we knew well in advance that Kurakaki's bike would be the Tulip Hopper. Because he comes with it, like Gridden comes with the damn Dandelighter. And now this is the one that I believe has been that also adds to confusion. A third generation rider will appear. It's a pale rider, according to the translations. And apparently this and the Kuri Umi Lockseed are said to be sold in the fourth quarter wave of toys. Which is the latest toys we've heard of, I think even past Kachadoki at this point.
Hmm.
I'm not entirely sure. This may be with Kachadoki. Because I'm not sure how the whole quarter system works when it comes to rider toys. But Baron will be getting a Suika Lockseed, is again part of the rumors. It kind of works in with that. Which I'm not surprised. Kota technically has two Suika Lockseeds in his possession right now.
True.
Last time I checked, because
Yeah, because he picked
yeah,
one up when he uh when they lured all of them into the forest.
yeah, unless Michi has one of them, which is a possibility.
I don't know. I think the first one they always left in Team Games headquarters there. I think they
That's a
always left
possibility.
that. I think they always left that when it wasn't being able to be used.
No, because it recharged.
But did
Yeah,
it discharge again when they used it that second time? You
I
never
would
see that part of it.
Yeah, I would assume that would happen because we technically didn't see Sweet Arms originally the Sweet Galaxy originally discharge until the next episode,
Right.
and I think the charge cycle is like 24 hours with it,
So
so
then in
they're
theory
both
it
primed
should
and
have.
ready.
Yeah. In theory both of them should be ready.
Yeah, of course when this breakup happens, I demand a Suika on Suika fight. Just saying, it's gonna blow the CGI budget once again, but fuck it.
Might as well. It'll
Um,
look awesome.
we got a couple of things. We got summaries for the next episodes past this week's episode, 16 and 17. 16 will see the debut of Jimba Lemon arms. Apparently, Inves are hiding in jewels and are popping out in jewelry stores and attacking people. How they are doing that, I don't know. I assume the show will be able to explain it to some degree.
You assume?
Yeah. Okay. And that echo cannot be me, because I'm not saying things like that. God damn, you might be hearing this on the stream, folks. I have no clue. I know I can hear it. All right, and 17, Marika will make her full debut. Although she is in this episode, and apparently she's cruel. Like she just beats the shit out of Kota and Kaito for no goddamn reason, just to do it.
Beats the sheet.
Fantastic. Yeah. Words, I'm terrible with them.
I kind of like
Yep.
that though.
Yeah. She does beat the shit out of Kota and Kaito for like no reason, according to what I've read. We'll find out about that after the show, essentially. And also, I get to deal with another possibly psychotic woman in television I've been watching because I'm watching Buffy. One of the villains for the episodes right now is straight up crazy and is a woman. So yeah, I get to deal with that. All right. Then we've got summary from the scans, but it's things we've talked about before, except Michi is holding a blue Genesis driver. Although that has been debunked as far as I read from later on down the thread.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I could see him maybe not necessarily being a blue one, but I could probably see him with a Genesis driver if the episode 17 thing is on the dot. Because I could completely see Takatora handing Michi a driver and saying, "Here, take his Sengoku driver away from him."
Yeah. Although that Jimba arms, it is wrong on one point. The color of the armor doesn't change. Yeah, the eyes don't match the fruits. It matches the original fruit. It doesn't match the Energy Loxy fruit. Although I'm not sure if he means that. Apparently, Gridden fights Sigurd and Durian arms, which is again debunked.
Hmm.
And next month, Kachidoki arms appears, which we knew about, except it appears in March, not February. Just saying. Although, wait. Okay, show you're gonna technically get away with that one.
In
We
the
weren't supposed.
February.
We were supposed to see Jimbo Arms in February. Technically, they get away with that one because it's gonna be February 1st when the episode premieres. No, February 2nd actually.
Oh.
It'll still be February 1st when we see it. So technically, they get away with that. So we might be seeing like Kachidoki Arms at like the beginning of March. The two riders are previewed. I believe that's also debunked as well. A lot of rumors in that batch get debunked. Along with the next stuff, Zack being the user of Knuckle. Sonomura is the third person to turn into an Inves. He's the not slingshot guy from Baron.
Ah.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy.
The guy who didn't have his arm broken last episode. They split in Yggdrasil headquarters between Ryoma and the others. Although apparently there's a rumor floating around that he might be leaving the show for a bit because he has other projects that are taking his time. Apparently, there's no confirmation on this, and I would assume that Sengoku would not give away his lemon and lock seed so easily. I don't know. We'll have to wait till 15 to find out more. And apparently, Sagara will be the one providing Kota with a Katsuki Lock Seed. And we still don't know jack shit about it. Although I don't know about that.
Well, so, okay, then I don't understand Sagara's purpose then. Isn't the
Yeah,
whole point of what's going on right now to keep them from using the drivers anymore?
yeah.
And we know Cigar is part of Jagersville, so
Although technically he's not one of the riders, and we know he's got some other plan in mind. So what if some backwards asinine way him giving code to the core, or the part, is a part of the plan,
maybe to
and
test a way to upgrade the belts.
I don't know, maybe, or that Sengoku's just trying something off the books. I could totally see that as a possibility.
Well, we did have rumors before saying about Sigurd possibly being someone outside of their little group there, to where if Takatora did something that he deemed inappropriate, to just shut the whole thing down.
True.
So maybe this is that rumor just in a different meaning.
Yeah. 'Cause I know Sid and Takatora don't play nice for the most part.
I don't know.
Yeah.
They do what they want to do.
Well, Sid, he's like, don't mind Takatora, except when he doesn't do something I want him to do. Then I don't kind of agree with him. Sengoku doesn't seem to care. He just kind of does whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, but Sid's got just as much not wanting to completely rely on Takatora too.
Yeah.
Look at the
And
reason for him getting the other two bikes.
yeah.
Yeah,
And Sengoku was the one that went against Takatora off the bat with evacuating people because of the whole invest thing from 2 episodes ago. Sid agreed with Sengoku, but Sengoku was the one who immediately went, it's like, nah, we don't have to worry about it. We just keep it secret, man. Because it's totally working for your little brother right now. Just stepping out of character for a second. So yeah. Not much else news-wise. On the writer side of things. Sentai wise, we got the announcement of a V Cinema movie that'll be Kyoryuger 100 years after, where all of the current main six will be playing the roles of their ancestors in different suits, which explains a shot we got of Death Ryuger a part of the team for some odd reason. People are assuming that's a part of the finale, a part of the finale for Kyoryuger. That's not the case. It's for the V Cinema.
hmm.
Uh, King, I forget anything. Daigo's descendant takes up the mantle of Death Ryuger, or in this case, Shoryu Navy, as someone put it,
God.
which is probably what the name's going to be. Yeah, that's essentially what it is. All of the characters are playing different. Well, all of the cast members of Kyoryuger are playing different characters and are in different suits, except for Nosan. He's still Kyoryu Blue, which I find kind of funny. It's like, no matter what, Nosan's descendant is still Kyoryu Blue. And Tokyo stuff, and I'm kind of waiting on the show to see how things go with that, because we're still not gotten context on that whole color swapping thing.
Yeah, where
None.
everyone is the Red Ranger.
Yeah, everyone can be the Red Ranger, or the Blue, or Pink, mind you, because in the trailer, Ichigo, the leader of the team, who's normally red, goes pink, and Pink goes red.
My question is, how do you call them by color like you would for the others?
You don't. They're calling them by their number. That's how they get around that.
So make it even more confusing.
Yeah, it's like Tokyo Ichigo, Tokyo Nigo, Tokyo. I don't remember the rest though. I don't remember the rest of the numbers. I have to pull it up. But it's 1 through 5. So Tokyo 1, Tokyo 2, Tokyo 3, Tokyo 4, Tokyo 5. Is how you're supposed to designate them. out instead of designated by color because they can color swap for God knows what reason because it still doesn't make sense. And we got no context for this except it's a gimmick that happens.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know.
I mean, do they have different weapons in each of the suits?
According to the toy catalogs, yes and no. Because one shot has like Ichigo going from like red to green and he gets the axe, but in another shot, one of the Tokyugers changes colors, but he keeps his original weapon. So the toy scans are not fucking helpful at all.
Huh.
Oh, and it's totally going down a little bit because it has their kind of mentor character be called Conductor, and he talks through a puppet, and then he's totally not going to act like uh, the mentor, the weird guy from Deno, who's the mentor figure in that show, who acts just as mysterious because this guy talks with a puppet monkey called Ticket and totally believes that it's a separate person for some reason. Which I go, why do the heroes get the creepy mentor? They also have a robotic assistant on the train that serves them stuff. Just like Deno, except it wasn't robotic. It was an actual person, and it was the little girl from Agito. Which I didn't find out until after I watched all of Agito, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck? You're her? From Akito? Okay, we're just gonna roll with this. Uh, and now I got to rant a bit, just a little bit, because a certain movie that I have like no faith in, and Tommy has now joined me in that little club
Yeah,
because he decided to go watch Zed.
yeah.
It's Kamen Tyson. Now, the reason I'm a bit about this movie now, because I'm normally I would have like no faith in this movie being good. Now I'm kind of pissed at this movie. And my R&R does a little bit of a job of describing that. I dedicate an entire paragraph to where I talk about why I kind of am pissed at this movie. Essentially, it's shitting on both sides, the Heisei and the Showa era. It's shitting on the Heisei side because of Ichigo's line of "You Heisei writers aren't true writers," because if you watch any of these guys' shows and know the shit they go through as writers, and they still try to be the heroes, fuck you. Some of them have sacrificed far more than what could ever be asked of them, and they still try to be the hero.
Mhm.
And on the show side, you have Ichigo looking like the old man on the front lawn going, "You kids and your damn new toy, newfangled shit and whatnot." Seriously? Seriously? You're turning Ichigo into that old man stereotype? What the fuck? What happens all the time? Ichigo was more than happy to lead the rest of the fucking writers in the back and everyone else up. Like seriously, what the fuck? Uh, but yeah, it's making the show guys look like complete and utter assholes, which is not who they are. Why would the show writers be assholes? They're not. Some of the Heisei writers are, but not the Showa guys, as far as I know. Look at one of them is Tarzan. And that's Amazon. He is the tokusatsu Tarzan. What the fuck? Yeah, so this movie is found the way to piss me off. Because it's like, we're going to shit on every single main writer at once with one line.
Pretty much.
And I'm assuming it's only going to possibly get worse because a new trailer is out for Kamen Rider Titan, and Ichigo has this big old thing he says to Kota, and I assume it's going to make things worse. Because they can't possibly, because, they can't possibly be, but they are going to. They're going to find some new way to shit on everybody in this damn movie. And if you're excited for this movie, go be happy, be excited for this movie. Ega Devil's excited for this movie. I don't blame you. We got our first look at X's actor back out of suit for the movie, and I know Shotaro's back, but I can't look past this. I can't look past this. I can't look past this line and not see the bullshit that surrounds it. If you can and still enjoy this movie, by all means do so, because you'll probably have a far more entertaining time than I would watching this fucking piece of shit that it's probably going to be. And I'm being way too harsh on this movie, but I can't help it.
Being way too harsh, and you're still probably going to wind up watching it.
Yes. Because I'm one of those people who tries to give the movie the benefit of the doubt. I gave The Last Airbender, which I heard nothing but shit on. This movie got shit on for the entire week before I went and watched it in theaters. And I still went and watched it in theaters. And I don't regret doing that. I gave the movie a chance. And it was shit. Like everyone said it was. And I don't blame it. And I'm like, yep, at least I gave it the chance. At least I gave it the chance. So yeah, I will give Cover Tyson the benefit of the doubt, but that won't stop me from calling it a potential piece of shit before I go see it. And that may color my opinion of it. I don't know. I'm willing to let this movie impress me. If it can. I am so backhanded with this movie right now. Let's talk about something better. So how about that guy in episode 14?
Oh boy.
That guy in episode 14. Hang on, I gotta dig up somewhere my Ron Simmons 10 hours of him saying "damn."
Yeah.
That was the collective reaction to 14 for the most part. Some people weren't that impressed, and I don't blame them. Somebody really did not like episode 14 or Gaim in general, but it's okay by me. But yeah, this episode decided to be like, okay, you know those long, you know that whole Yuya thing. We're gonna solve that in 5 seconds and turn it into something really interesting. Oh, you know that whole Hase turning into an invest last episode? Oh yeah, we're gonna solve that this episode too, and then turn it into an interesting thing that's gonna happen to the interesting thing for the characters.
Yeah.
Again. So yeah, just to cover what we're talking about, we'll start with Yuya because Yuya wasn't the end of the episode. We found out what the hell happened to Yuya, and it was the thing that we attempted to debunk before the show decided to say, "Fuck you, no, you're wrong." Everything you thought you were pointing out was wrong with the theory actually turned out to be right. It was found out that Yuya was in fact the invest from episode 1, and yes, Gaim did kill him. So, Okota, your life kind of sucks right now.
Yeah.
Because, and to move into what happened to Hase, Hase ended up being killed by Sigurd, who is actually Sid. So we are again wrong. This episode decided to prove us wrong on all accounts, with anything we've tried to speculate on. Or at least provide an alternate explanation to. Because I say in my R&R, shit in this episode was being called weeks in advance. Sid is Sigurd, called weeks in advance. Yuya being the first invest killed, called so many weeks in advance. Fucking Tokyo Nation was Tokyo at the Nation podcast was saying that was going to be the thing. Tase being killed. Hase ending up dead this episode. Yep, called weeks in advance. So nothing. That's the thing about this episode. Nothing truly surprising happened. But I kind of feel like that's not the entire point of a twist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you ask me, a good twist you can actually see coming. Because the clues are there for the twist to happen. You can see that the twist will happen, and it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Without that, the twist just kind of comes out of nowhere, and it doesn't make a goddamn lick of sense. Which is kind of a bad thing to have in a show, you know? Logical things need to happen sometimes. Or else you get a viewer that just says, fuck this, and just moves on. So yeah. Now, of course, these two scenes are played kind of back and forth to each other about these revelations. I thought that was kind of cool. Because we have Kota, who's resolved that he tries to kill Hase, tries to end it, but he can't do it. And we are shown that he's done this already. He just doesn't know it yet. And I thought
Yeah, I
that was,
have a feeling this is gonna, when that gets revealed too, this is gonna break Kota.
as far as I know, it almost happens in 15. Almost.
Sagara.
No.
Oh.
Michi.
Oh.
Like, apparently Kota's watching the video that Michi watched. He almost gets to the point where Yuya turns into the Invest, but it stopped. So Kota almost found out about it. Until Michi stopped it, as far as I know. Yeah.
And I think I know why Michi stops it.
Oh, because this would absolutely destroy him?
Well, not to mention, you think about it. Michi's built based on lies. Everything he has ever done has been a lie.
Yeah.
And so, for him to let that happen and him actually let the truth go free for once, that could completely unravel him.
Yeah, it's like, no, secrets, lies, secrets. I can't. No. I swear, if Michi becomes like some, like, just spaced out paranoid by the end of the show, I'm gonna be like, yep, could have called that one coming.
I have a funny feeling it'll probably be sooner, but if not, by episode 30, something's going to happen and everything's going to be unfolded and it's all going to be out on the table there.
Yeah. Yeah, Michi's got his little house of cards that he keeps building on it. It's not lasting forever. There's gonna be that episode where he tries so desperately to do that, and yeah, I know about one thing that happened, and 15 that unravels one of his secrets.
Just one.
Mm-hmm. Let's just say one side knows who he actually is now. Unfortunately, it's a side that he probably shouldn't have found out first.
Uh,
Yeah. From what I read, Takatora now knows who Michi is.
well, in all honesty, it's Takatora's fault for not knowing before now.
Yeah.
Because he is the one that when Sid was like, "You want to see the files?" He's like, "No, you got this."
Yeah. Granted, I don't know what else is attuned to this, and we're talking about 15 too, but this is just things I've read of what is happening in 15. Whether this all plays out like I'm saying it is, I don't know.
Yeah, we won't know that till after the show. So.
Yeah. But like I said, yeah, Takatora now knows who Michi is. He knows Michi is Ryugen. And I'm sure he's going to about damn near rip Sid's head off.
And Michi's.
Yes!
Because think about it. Who did Sid dispense the belts out to? The beat riders. If
Who
Michi's
is.
got a belt, then he had to be with them, and then that's going to open a whole nother case of shit.
He's going to be like, Michi, what have you been doing in your off time? And I'm sure we're going to have that stare down. It was like, of the two of them just be like, what have you been doing? What have you been doing? I know what you're up to. I know what you're up to.
That is going to be one of those moments there, too. And, I doubt 2 and 2 won't be put together right off the bat. But if that's the case, down the line, what's going to happen when Takatora realizes that the reason why he lost the watermelon arms was because of Michi?
It's like, wait a minute. That's. It's like, he's we're going to eventually go. It's like, wait a minute. Suika Lockseed, the attack on our the attack how one of them managed to get to our base, how they escaped, how they seem to be one step ahead of us a little bit. You son of a.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, that was the two big things. We also get our first look at all four energy riders, and by all four I mean Sigurd gets most of the action. Sengetsu, Duke, and Breaker are just up there watching all this happen. As Sigurd just taunts Kota and kills Hase. Of course, Kota couldn't do shit except maybe get his ass handed to him more
Pretty
because he
much.
got de-transformed. I know someone was complaining about Kota not doing more, but I'm like, what is he going to do? Hop on the dude's back and get the shit kicked out of him again? He's going to give Hase 3 seconds when 3 other energy riders are standing right there up on the cliff, and one of them is probably going to shoot Hase if he even attempts to escape.
Pretty much.
I'm thinking, look, Hase's not making it out of here alive, no matter what Kota does. All he can do is plead for his life. There's 3 more up there. Even if Sigurd is distracted, I'm sure Takatora is going to be like, fine, I'll do it myself, and then he'll go and kill Hase himself. Because, he tried to do that at the beginning of the episode. The only reason he
Actually, it'd
did.
probably be more like, God, I got to do everything on my own.
Yeah. Like, I got 3 teammates, and I still have to go and kill the invest myself. God damn it. What did I hire you? What do I have you 3 for, anyway? The only reason Takadora didn't get it then is because Gojo just smacked the shot up. And then the two got in an argument. That's not happening this time. Takatoru is not going to get into a philosophical debate with a Kota now about treating the Invest as Hase.
Of
Oh,
course, I kind of agree with Takatora on that aspect too.
yeah,
It's not Hase anymore.
yeah. I think the flashes we see of Hase are just Kota's thoughts.
Yeah,
It's not
it is.
because we don't ever see Hase attempt to regain his humanity ever. We see it for like 3 seconds, but it's gone in a flash.
Yeah.
And also
Well,
another,
that's because what did we find out when Michi was digging through the case studies?
it's a complete rewrite of their DNA.
Right. So that literally was not Hase anymore.
Yeah, unless you want to talk spiritually, but yeah, I see he's still dead by that point.
Hmm.
No, he's dead before Sigurd killed him.
Yeah. Because I guess in that aspect it'd be kind of like in Wizard with the Phantoms.
Yeah,
It's no longer them.
yeah,
it can look like them, but that's about as close as them as it's gonna get.
yeah. We also got another little ding for the apples in this show. Third different instance of apples being used in the show. Second time with an invest, by the way. Because the mutated invest did try to eat an apple, but he squished it in his hands. Hase attempts to eat an apple at Troopers and spit it out.
uh,
And
which that scene right there.
yeah,
What does he know? Because you can tell he knew something more than just what he could see.
maybe. Of course, it also doesn't help that when the guy members are trying to walk towards him, he immediately tells them to stop because I think the guy members don't see his claw hand from the angle they're sitting at.
But that's what I'm meaning though.
Yeah,
Every other part of him looked normal, so kind of makes you wonder how he realized right then that something wasn't right.
yeah. Or that just might be the claw hand. Although the waitress chick was just all calm and collected, was ready to beat the shit out of him with a broom.
Yeah.
Just slowly pull out the broom and just like, yeah, come this way. I'll beat the shit out. I'll mop the floor with you, quite literally. What is with this chick? Seriously, what?
I so hope down the line that she winds up being a writer or something.
You know what's gonna happen? The
What?
original Marika will be killed in some way, and she will take up the mantle of Marika and become a good guy.
Would that be possible?
Maybe. I don't know if the Genesis drivers have the same DNA lock that the Sengoku drivers have. I would assume yes, but I'm sure somewhere down the line someone's going to figure out how to reset that.
Hmm. That's a good question though,
Yeah.
because I don't know.
If that happens and somehow all of the writers become good guys again, well, if all the writers become good guys by the end of the show, I'm just going to be like, damn you, show. Damn you for making me spend more money on this show. Now I have to get every writer because now my rule applies. Because how my rule applies, Kurikage wouldn't count, neither would Grid, and neither would Bravo right now. It only applied to the main
Four.
three. Because then it doesn't count right now.
Ah.
And none of the inventory writers count either, but we haven't seen figure arts for them.
Even though we know they'll be coming.
Yeah, we're getting figure arts for everything. The only thing I don't see us getting a figure art for is Suika arms. I say that But then I look at Forze, and they got the Powerdizer in figure arts form, so, oh.
Oh no, I could see Suika Arms being and having its own form.
That's possible. We probably just only get Gaim Suika arms, since you'd have to have the base form. And as far as I know, the armor's not removable for the Gaim figure arts. As far as I know. Although I do know that the Lockseed is actually removable.
Yeah,
You
and
get
that's
an
a
open.
tiny ass Lockseed.
Yeah, it's a trick. The open form just has a hole for the side part, so it's just a trick. But you also get a closed form of the Lockseed, so you can get an even tinier Lockseed to lose for God knows what reason.
Hmm.
Yeah, you get a closed form of that rider's Lockseed. So you can have open banana Lockseed on the belt and on the sword, or closed Lockseed for when they for the 3 seconds they are the rider before they de-transform. Nah. Oh yeah, Rat's now infected.
Yeah.
I didn't know the name of the Gaim chick, so I just called her the one of the team, another member of Team Gaim. Well, I knew it was Rat because he's been called Rat in the show a couple times. It's like
Literally a couple of times.
yeah, I don't think either one of the girls have been named in the show besides Mai for
I
Team
don't
Gaim.
think they have.
Wait, no, no, one of them has. Way back in episode 2, I think, because one of them called Kota, or no, called Mai about Team Baron in their HQ. So she's been named once, as far as I know, or as far as I remember. It's been a throwaway line at best. uh, so yeah, the poor Rat, poor Rat. Add to the body count, folks. Woo!
We could just make it very simple and pretty much everyone's gonna die. You know,
Yeah, I'm
or
curious.
become infected, one of the two.
Yeah,
Because we still don't know what happens to the ones that are being infected.
yeah. For all we know, they will turn into Invis.
I don't know. Because we know turning into the invest is caused by eating the fruits.
Yeah.
They're just getting the plants on them. They
Uh,
might turn into the trees.
that's a possibility. Also, early deaths and alcohol apparently have been added to the bingo, along with corruption. I don't know where the alcohol came from. I didn't see any alcohol in this episode. This episode. Although, like,
I
oh,
don't
there's
think.
no, yeah, there's no alcohol.
I don't think so.
Yeah. If that was a somehow count, that would mean that backstory episode would give us bingo number 2. Oh god, I swear if this card somehow gets filled up by the end of the damn episode, end of this damn show, just be like, oh god. Well, as I said, folks, as I said last week, folks, you wanted a Dark Rider show, you got one. We got 2 dead people and about another 7 on death's door, knocking on death's door. Uh, What in the hell?
What?
I heard audio from the echo. I don't know what's going on.
I have no freaking clue what. What?
Like, was someone in your vicinity talking a lot?
No.
Like, even pick upable by you?
Shouldn't be.
Like, no, like you could hear. Like, could you hear
Barely,
anyone
but.
talking?
And it ain't talking, it's a TV. And
Uh,
barely.
okay, man.
It's easily like twice as far away as your TV is to you.
Okay, then. We're just gonna roll with the ghost voice in the background. But yeah, that was it. Outside of Koto and Kaito have now been captured and are now in Yagura still headquarters, and that sets us up for 15. Michi's there too on his like ninja stealth mission. So yeah, 14 folks. Good old episode 14. Oh dear. Yeah. Anything else to say about it?
No.
Alright. So now we shall move on to Wizard after like spending an hour with all that. Alright. This is the final form arc. This is the Infinity arc. This is shit hits the fan for Haruto and things are resolved by the end of the second episode arc.
So, pretty much like normal.
Yeah.
Because
But we
normally
do get
doesn't shit hit the fan in the first episode and then gets resolved at the end of the second?
well, shit stays hitting the fan before until the end of the second episode. It's not until the end of the second episode when we get Infinity does things start to turn better for Haruto, because things aren't good for Haruto by throughout this episode, and we get a little bit more development for him, which is nice.
Yeah, it is.
But the episodes are 30 and 31. The day magic disappeared in tears.
Hmm.
Oh, by the way, the title for episode 30 is quite literal. Just gonna say that now. It is literal. Literal in what happens in this episode. To us, even to a spoiler point, it's literal.
Huh.
But yeah, I guess that's going into this arc.
It definitely gonna be good to see another Final Form arc.
Yeah.
I already can kind of tell that it's not going to be as bullshittery as the whole decade Final Form.
Depends how you take he actually getting Infinity.
Hmm.
Yeah. You remember way back when for the Dragon Timer, how the Dragon Timer was? That it was a manifestation of his own mana?
Yeah.
We're gonna have that come back this episode.
Huh.
Again. But there's still going to be a difference between the Dragon Timer and the Infinity Ring, which Infinity is a ring. And by the end, after we're done with these two episodes, I'll be able to explain to you why All Dragon is not is what I not consider the final form, and this is because of what the two are. If you look deep enough into the show.
Hmm.
So yeah, for me, this was another good episode. This is a good 2-episode arc, and really puts hope, kind of forces him into a situation he's never really been in on the show. This is close to where he was in the Phoenix arc, but much not the Phoenix arc, the Flame Dragon arc, but worse.
Huh.
Because if you're not putting two and two together yet, we'll get there. Because there's a reason this episode is titled "The Day Magic Disappeared," and I said it's quite literal for episode 30.
Well then.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, we get some development for Haruto. It's nice. Koyomi's in this episode, as she normally is, which is nice. She plays off Haruto well in these two episodes. Nito is always entertaining. It's all the good points of Wizard for these two arcs, for this episode arc. Like everything that's good about Wizard, you see it in this arc.
Hmm.
Which is nice because Wizard gets a lot of flack. A lot of flack. Which personally baffles me because I look at Kabuto and I see a terrible show no matter how hard I try to like it. And I look at this and I can see some good points in this show. I can see where this show is at least trying. Whereas Kabuto is just a pile of shit.
Well, I mean, let's face it. We've managed to get through 29 episodes of Wizard.
Yeah.
We fought and clawed our way through 18 episodes of Kabuto.
Yeah. And we still didn't hit some of the bigger bullshit of that show. That I know of because I watched past 18 because I'm a fucking idiot. We didn't get to see the flip-floppery of fucking Sasord's character. Which would have been aggravating on a week-to-week basis. It's like, oh, I'm a tragic character. Now I'm a comedic character. Tragic, comedic, tragic, comedic. I don't know how I'm supposed to be because apparently the two writers on this show can't make up their goddamn mind between the two of them.
I want
Which
him to be a tragic writer. No, I want him to be a comedic.
Like, you think I kid, but no! How it was lining up from when I looked at the episodes, one writer wanted him tragic, one writer wanted him comedic.
Wow.
And I go, can the two of you just write him consistently? I don't care which. What the fuck? Can you two just put your heads together and figure out where the fuck this character needs to go? Because this is stupid. Pick one! Or try to combine them both into something good. Fuck! Of course, for all I know, it's nostalgia for fucking Kabuto that has people just not see the flaws of Kabuto. Because I don't know. I watch Kabuto and I see a piece of shit on a weekly basis. I watch Wizard and I watch a good first person of a show and a bad slump and a decent end that kind of shows the flaws of the system they were using to write writer at the time. And Guy said, "Fuck that system."
And is doing even better with it.
Yeah. Honestly, from how I see Gaim, Wizard really needed that story structure that Gaim had.
Yeah, in all honesty, I mean, the whole 2-week arc, that worked really well for Double.
Yeah.
But even with it, I could have saw it benefiting from something like Gaim.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering if maybe this with Gaim might be the transformation out of that 2 arc.
Yeah.
Set up.
Like, the strength of having a 2-episode arc is you're going to always, there's always a great point for a new viewer to hop in on because they can hop in on that first episode of an arc and then get that second episode next week and get a good idea of how the show's going to be. The problem is the weakness of the 2 episode arc, especially with the victim of the week, is there's less focus on the main cast and more focus on the character that's only there for about 2 episodes.
Yeah. And I've noticed that seems to be the problem with Wizard.
Yeah, Double, it could work with that because it had a story that it had a story format that made sense for there to be focus on the characters of the week. Because
Yeah.
detective show, so there needs to be focus on the characters of the week.
Well, not to mention, even though the focus was on the characters of the week, it wasn't really all focused on that either.
Yeah, it's like, what is it? They're there to introduce the mystery, then our characters just go with the mystery from there.
Right. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It does good. It does really good with it.
Yeah.
But even with a show like that, I could see something like how Games wrote working even better with it too.
Yeah.
Because then you wouldn't be tied into, okay, we've got to have our initial spat with them this week, and then we've got to finish them off next week.
Yeah.
It could be they could be a 5-6 episode enemy that you're seeing the main characters develop over that period.
Yeah. And as Wizard showed, it can do what it does in 2 episodes in one easily with the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
It could totally pull it off, and it still is just as good. So, yes, Wizard has flaws, but I think people give it way too much crap. Way too much crap.
I do think Wizard probably would have benefited off of breaking out of that 2 episode arc just a little bit even.
Yeah. Yeah, because we know Haruto tries to go out and hunt the phantoms, but we never see him actually get a phantom because of this.
No. He gets lucky.
Yeah. He always runs into a phantom after they've already caught up with the gate they're after.
And I wonder if part of that isn't on purpose.
Yeah. Of course,
That way he can figure out who the gate is at the same time.
Yeah. Also doesn't help that, you have Koyomi there who can see through the disguise the phantoms wear, yet we rarely ever see Haruto utilize this member of his team.
Well, if you think about it, though, that's because he's always out to try to protect her.
But the familiars transmit what they're seeing through the crystal ball.
Uh-huh.
So, couldn't she see them through the crystal ball?
I don't know if it would work that way or not. I would think it would.
Yeah. I would hope it would.
But I don't know. For all we know, she might have to actually be face-to-face with them before she can tell.
Yeah. Of course, we only ever see face-to-face interactions.
Right.
Never see her attempt to identify a phantom through the crystal ball. Ever.
That's why I'm like, I don't know.
Koyomi is severely underutilized in this show. Just like how Haruto is severely underdeveloped. Again, Wizard has its flaws. But they are not the worst things to ever happen to a writer show. At all. At least Haruto isn't an unlikable prick. Like Kabuto.
That has his moments of trying to be likable.
At least Haruto doesn't have a carbon copy of his character thrown into the show. At least Nito is useful. At least the Phantoms are somewhat competent. And you can say all those things I just said about Kabuto worse. Zect are fucking incompetent.
Ain't that the truth?
When they can't even tell that their own organization members are stealing things to draw out a worm and not steal things for the sake of fucking stealing them. What the fuck? When you clearly leave top secret bullshit information in the middle of some decommission zone that's fenced off and guarded, but it's still all there and you don't burn it or get rid of the evidence like you clearly do at the end of said episode, what the fuck? It may seem like I'm defending Wizard hard. I am a little bit, but I'm also trying to go, guys, look at what the fuck Kabuto's doing. Kabuto's
Dead.
doing some stupid shit.
Dead, not doing.
Yeah, dead. Kabuto has far worse problems than Wizard can ever dream of having. At least it attempts to have good story. At least it attempts to have good characters. And sometimes it succeeds. Sometimes it fails. But it at least tries. It's more than Kabuto says. Kabuto can't succeed worth trying. Kabuto fails at every turn. And it's not because, oh, Haruto at least, Wizard at least did things. No, it did things successfully. Kabuto may have done some things successfully, but not as much as a Wizard does. Kabuto still fails at basics like characters and story and themes and consistency and continuity. Wizard at least gets those things right and more. Wizard at least brings up a plot point and brings it up later and doesn't bring up a plot point out of fucking nowhere and doesn't remember to bring it up at any other goddamn time during the show. I'm looking at use the beat tattoo bullshit. Seriously. What the fuck the point was that? Or, I don't know, the Sector's having a personality that is never shown again, as far as I've seen. It's only shown twice. Twice in the show. What the fuck? If the Sectors have a personality, shouldn't that be a focus? Or, I don't know, where the fuck the Sectors came from? Alright, I'm done. I've ranted more on Kabuto than I did on Kamen Rider Tyson.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just happened.
When I see a show get berated more than I think it should, it kind of aggravates me because I'm like, I think you're coming down on the show way too hard. Way too hard. Like, Go Busters gets a lot of flack. And while I agree Go Busters has its problems, it's not the worst thing I've seen. I've seen worse. And Tokusatsu. Alright. Ready to move on to episode 30 so we can actually get rolling?
I guess so.
Alright. And because I failed to mention this on a weekly basis, because I just assume, and assuming makes an ass out of you.
Pretty much. Out of you and me.
Links for said videos are up on the website, tgsr.dyn.dns.org.
Just follow the flaming TGSR.
Yeah. They are there, so if you're watching us live, you can get the episodes there. If not, then you have them there when you watch the archive. Alright.
Yeah, I probably should start putting the link in the description too.
Yeah.
Might help.
Yeah.
Oops.
was like, can't you do that now?
Not right now because we're already in it. I'd have to do it when we're first starting, I think.
I
Unless there is a way. If there is a way, someone please let me know because I have no idea.
I meant in the description
That's what I mean. Well, I don't know. I
before
might
the
can go
show,
on the events page.
before the show goes live.
Yeah, I can do that
Yeah,
now.
that's what I meant.
On how you say that. Sheesh.
All right, so we already on episode 30.
I guess so.
All right, starting up episode 30 in three, two, one, go. Hey, Beast Hyper from last week. Yay.
Updated. It's in the description for the event.
All right. I don't think it's going to be that easy.
Huh.
Oh, wow.
I'm thinking there was a reason he was locked up.
Uh, I did not realize they actually put his weapons into a scissors at some point. Which that's important for like 5 weeks from now. Oh, well, I had it for a little bit.
That trick looked easy. Yeah.
Yeah. And as you can see there, that's the first instance of Haruto actually using the special dragon rings for another purpose. Or outside his dragon forms, actually. I actually said some people say yes to the event page, but I think one of them might be a spam bot. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. It's in a second language, which I don't know what is. I should look that up while the opening's playing. Why did I do that for? Send me to Google Translate so I can get a rough idea of what this is. That thing.
It's gonna be sad if I pull it up quicker than you.
Still don't make sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
So I don't know what he's saying. Although apparently somebody said no. Alright, back to the show. Hmm. So, like Phoenix did.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's kind of his phrase. Be prepared to hear that a lot in these two episodes.
Hmm.
Oh,
Jeez.
uh, words, Rinko. Words. Gr grunts aren't interpretable. Huh. That's not suspicious.
Not at all.
And someone's not trying really hard for symbolism. Seriously, I think you're trying too hard there, son. At least we see Rico's attempting to do her job. But we don't get to see that often.
No.
Oh, uh, you were good there for a little bit. Oh, whoops. I should have let
Damage.
controls really.
Damage, Shinbei.
Nice to see Haruto actually using his magic for something besides killing phantoms.
Yeah.
And again, it's to brighten up somebody's day. And you are being supremely creepy in this scene. That's the first time I've heard the beast roar along with his growling. Oh, well. I think you're gonna be out of luck with Nito, just saying. If you're looking for a beautiful mind, I don't think Nito's is it.
No.
No, don't restart my computer, Vast. You can restart later. Vast had to update today.
Uh,
Of course, it hasn't. Sorts didn't ask me until just now. Last time it asked me was when I updated like 8 hours ago. Which is nice of Avast to not spam you with the damn restart your computer, restart your computer, restart your computer. Well, he has been living under a rock. Not of his own free will, mind you, but he has. And it is. Hey, this is not a one.
Yeah.
Something worth a damn. I'd say it's that one overpass, but yeah, we've seen that a lot. Like, seriously, I think this is in every tokusatsu show. Legitimately. I'm gonna send you book some ghouls your way and just leave. Bye.
Well, at least it'll be some mana.
Yeah. It's like, just put that flower in a vase. Well, at least we know why these people are unconscious.
Yeah.
Kind of. I'm not so sure about that, Nito. We all know your competence.
Apparently Shinpei believed it too.
Mm-hmm. Do you can you say anything else, or does that have to be every other word you say? Is that just your blanket? Apparently, that's just his blanket response to everything. Medusa not happy. So in order to learn what you want to know, you're gonna poke the bear essentially and hope he doesn't kill you. That not the smartest idea you have there, uh, Gremlin.
Not really.
Oh, hi, Legion.
Exciting.
Yes, it is Mr. Exciting.
He didn't say exciting that time.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty good shot. Well, uh, things don't look to be ending well for Gremlin. Yeah. I believe that's our first mention of the Philosopher's Stone.
Hmm.
That will be important later.
Hey, they reused this in game.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This was last episode.
I
Well,
just happened to catch that, and it's like, wait a minute.
just literally the episode we were just discussing.
Oh, jeez.
Well, this is convenient.
That is funny.
Granted, I think this also gets used in Superhero Taisen for the Go Busters scene.
I
If you
think you're
remember.
right.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, this is used in Forza as well. Don't think this is used in Double. Toei loves to reuse their locations if you didn't know.
Hey, if it works, it works.
And plus, it saves them money, saves them money, so they can use it for more of the CGI stuff.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting choice going with land first.
Well, he's trying to be defensive, and also trying to get the drop on him.
Quite literally. And
Of course, it didn't work.
what's the deal with him not going into the dragon forms?
I don't bother to try to decipher Harto's tactics. He just kind of does them.
Because I mean, he already knows that this phantom's more powerful than that.
Yeah. I just assume Haruto just kind of goes with things and doesn't quite think sometimes. That's just the assumption I use. I do. Plus, I also don't bother to try to decipher battle tactics. I go deep into shows, but not that deep. Well, the, Nito, seriously? Mm-hmm.
And here it comes.
Yeah. Remember I said the title's literal?
Yeah.
Mm, Legion Special. Want to take bets on what he just managed to accomplish?
Huh.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're back here from the Flame Dragon arc. Yes, thank you for saying that 3 times, show. We couldn't got it the first time around. We can stop bobbling the camera now. I love this is how a reversal of how this is what they've been trying to do for like God knows how many times. Because literally, Haruto was trying to go into Nito's underworld to help take care of Chimera.
Yeah.
Well, the reverse has happened now. Hey, we're from that one place from the Phoenix arc.
Yep.
And now we get some Phantom on Phantom action.
And here comes Dragon.
Yeah. I think he understood that, which is why he didn't shoot you on sight like he did in Legion. Ooh.
Hmm.
Oh, wow. Dragon's become more like Naruto, isn't he?
Yeah.
Naruto took a shot for Beast, and now Dragon takes a shot for Chimera. And now you see why I said the title was literal. Yeah. Dragon just blew up right there. Which means Haruto's out of doesn't have any more magic. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that.
Oh yeah, the net videos.
I, I ran through them. Some of them were funny. Some of them were just stupid.
What, the Z ones?
Yeah, the net videos there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've never really sat down and watched the net videos because I didn't care that much.
had them downloaded. I said, "Hey, what the hell?" And yeah.
What I know, there's one where it's like Excel double Decker Ranger and Gavon team up to solve a stupid mystery. But was that one of the good ones or one of the bad ones? I couldn't tell because RVT decided to play that ahead of their look at Zed, to screw with people, apparently.
I honestly don't remember. I ran through that before I started in on double, so
Um,
that's been a little while.
so that's been, what, a week?
More than that.
Alright. So, what do you think of the Infinity arc so far?
Definitely interesting.
Yeah, Leeson's a unique little phantom.
Yeah, and I missed my shot.
What?
I could have said it was exciting.
Ah, oh well. Let's skip over the obvious joke. Yeah,
uh,
but yeah, it again. We get to see a side of Haruto we don't normally see, and possibly get a little development for him. What little we get. So yeah, really, there's not much else to say since the last bit was really all set up for 31.
yeah.
Although we do get our first mention of the Philosopher's Stone, like I said, that's important later. And by later, I mean once we get to the 40s.
Hmm.
Yeah, once we hit that final stretch of Wizard, then it becomes important. I don't think we're going to hear much about it until then. Alright. Nothing else to say about 30?
No.
Alright. Let's move on to 31 then. Kate up and ready?
Yep.
Alright, starting up episode 31 and then off to episodes for the week in 3, 2, 1, go. I guess this shows that even normal people have underworlds, I guess.
Hmm.
Like I said, the day magic disappeared. So yeah, Haruto's in worse shape than he was in the in the Flame Dragon arc.
Yeah.
Now he literally can't do shit about phantoms. Instead of having a phantom he can't do shit against. And lo and behold, we get to Z openings now.
Yeah.
Yay!
Which I still say that one was an improvement from the first one, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's about all that can be said.
Bringing back some memories for you from the movie.
Yeah. And that's about all that can be said is some memories of it.
Yeah. I do love that little unmorphed uh, sword fight that Daigo and Haruto have.
Yeah.
It's kind of stupid how they set up the sword fight, but yeah. Because I'm like, that's not how it works for Kyoryugers, of how they go out and fight monsters. Torin usually alerts them to when a monster is attacking, and he wouldn't be alerted to Haruto. Because he's not a debus person. Totally not attempt to portray you, just saying. That's also important. We'll get to there in like 4 weeks or so. It also plays into why he calls all the phantoms by their human names.
Hmm.
And also why Gremlin is special. Still a little worse for wear there, Haruto. Nope. Nope. Gotta trade it in for a new one. Yeah. In case you're wondering, this also causes another problem. Because, you know how Koyomi runs on mana, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know how Nito's not got a ring, like, please, please, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's sort of team speak thing. Which, that is true. They have been relying on him way too much.
Yeah.
No, Nito may be an idiot at times, but hey, he realizes when he has screwed up, kind of. Although technically it wasn't all his fault.
Still no.
No. Haruto, you need to trade in the belt. This is a bit of a bad timing. That doesn't answer your question why. Well, it kind of did, but I love how he at least tries to save. At least tries to be like, I kind of can't use magic anymore. He tries to at least explain to her nicely and not just completely throw her off.
Yeah.
Nito, I hate to break this to you, but when it comes to Final Form arcs and secondary riders, you are
Don't
kind of
end
required.
well.
No, you're kind of required to have the shit beat out of you. Normally. Well, then. You might want to take a look at TeamSpeak server, Tommy.
It's too late though.
Yeah. Of course, there's another thing, but it wasn't as important. Somebody asked us if we were still recording. It was the other person that's in the server at the moment.
Oh, asked you.
Yeah.
You mean?
He just quickly asked me if we were still recording. I said, yeah.
That was the first thing, I'm assuming.
Yep. And I assume Google Hangouts is dinging me to say, hey, are you
No,
there?
it is Glock that decided to pop in at the end of that.
Oh, okay.
I am so sorry. My family decided to all come over, and if I got on my computer, there would have been a big fight.
Uh,
Yeah.
we're already into the second episode.
Crap.
Like halfway through it too.
Mm,
Crap.
if you want to attempt to catch up, we're 23. No, 11.
No.
Yeah, I was about to say no. Oh no, I'm reading the wrong number. 23. We would have been already done with the episode.
Let's see. Hold
11,
on.
24, 25, 26.
Can
Yeah.
can you just pause it? Like everybody pause it?
Okay, we'll pause at the 11:30.
11:30? Okay. Let's
Okay.
see.
Shit. I gotta get back to the 11:30 now.
Yeah, I'll back up to there. 11:31. I'll wait the extra second.
Well, 11:31 then. We'll pick up at that marker.
Yeah. Want to catch yourself? Want to be caught up to speed on what you missed?
Sure.
Gremlin has released a powerful phantom known as Legion. Legion can slice his way into people's underworlds and wreak complete havoc.
Really?
Yeah, he's already put 9 people in the hospital unconscious. Haruto and Nito tried to fight him. Haruto took a shot for Nito. Legion ended up going into Haruto's underworld. Chimera then took a shot, and Dragon saved kept Chimera from being destroyed, and ended up taking the shot and went boom. So Haruto doesn't have magic anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, things are worse than the Flame Dragon arc were for Haruto.
Okay.
Yeah.
29?
No, 11.
31.
Yeah, 11:31.
No, 29 episode.
No,
31.
31.
31?
Yeah.
If you would look on the site, you would know what 2 episodes.
Look,
You're the one that always.
I'm just
You're
trying to
the one
hurry
that's
up and
always.
get
I never
here.
look on the site because this or that or the other. And
11:30?
11:31.
Yeah,
Go for that.
play the extra second.
Okay, hold on.
But that happened. happened. Koyomi has currently ran away because she realized, oh yeah, Haruto doesn't have magic anymore. I'm gonna not be a burden on him and have to, let him watch me go unconscious.
which is where we're at right now.
Yeah, because
Yep, that's where I see it.
yeah, because Chimera, Beast doesn't have a ring that will allow him to transfer mana.
Yeah, because Chimera does not really work that way.
Well, yeah, and also he doesn't want to share mana, as we've already previously established.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Hmm.
take mana, so I assume he really doesn't want to give it away. Uh,
I think that really hits the highlights.
oh, we had a Z opening,
Yeah. We also had Gremlin asking Wise Man about the Philosopher's Stone.
which will be important, and also important of why he tells Wise Man he's not Gremlin, he's Sora. We'll get to
Huh?
that in like 5 weeks.
What?
Yeah,
Who's Sora?
that's Gremlin. That's Gremlin's human name.
Yeah, it was Gremlin.
Did
So
you?
Gremlin decided to consider himself human?
He always refers to the other phantoms by their human names.
Yeah, even himself,
Oh, okay.
which is something the Phantoms don't do, unless they're trying to make it a gate fall to despair,
Unless they're trying to make a what?
and unless they're trying to make a gate fall into despair, like Medusa did.
Oh, okay.
Remember from like 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's it. I got to rant about Kabuto.
Oh
We got to
God.
talking
Can
about
you watch
Gon.
another episode?
No, I was ranting about Kabuto because people love to rag on Wizard a whole lot, and then I'm like, you people are ragging on Wizard way too much. I'm pointing out all the flaws that Kabuto has that are far worse than whatever Wizard does.
uh, yeah.
Just to bring up the argument, just to put the argument out there, not trying to.
Yeah, we proceeded to spend about an hour talking about game-related stuff, and then 30 minutes with him ranting about Kabuto.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somehow I ended up ranting about that more than I was going to rant about Kamen Eisen because I summed up how I feel about that movie.
That's fine though on the 30-minute rant because I kind of helped with that one.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's so you're now caught up on the entire show. So
Seems like it.
we already on the 11:31 marker.
Yep.
Alright.
I'm sitting there. Yeah.
Alrighty then.
I was the one that called it, so I figured you didn't have to wait on me right there.
Yeah. I was just gonna make sure there was nope wait from either one of you. So alright.
Nope.
Taking back.
Damn it!
I'm kidding.
Shut up.
I knew he'd do it. I knew he'd do it. Alright. Picking up 11:31. Picking up on 11:31 in 3, 2, 1, go.
I had to do it though.
Yeah. Like I said, things are worse for you than when they were for Flame Dragon.
So wait. Explain to me again how he lost his powers.
Dragon went boom.
The
Literally, he blew
Phantom,
up.
the Phantom kind of destroyed him.
Yeah.
How exactly did he destroy him? What would that do? Like,
Well, by destroying Dragon, that destroyed Haruto's magic, because his magic was from
well, I
Dragon.
understand that, but I mean, how is he going to be wizard anymore? I mean, there's still.
That's
Never
what
mind.
this episode's going to show you.
Yeah. This is the final form arc. And I'm possibly waiting. I'm waiting on some possible anger, considering how Haruto gets Infinity, and thus his magic.
Is he gonna do one of those Kabutos? I knew I was gonna do it in the first place, so I just popped out of
No,
nowhere and
time
gave
travel's
it to
not involved.
myself. Okay.
Yeah, there's no time travel involved with this.
That was just so stupid. I knew I was gonna do it anymore, so I'm gonna tell myself to come here at this exact moment. Poof, I'm here. Oh, that was so stupid. Now, is there some kind of like a relationship here?
It's
Or is he just like a very, very, very nice friend?
I'd say it's just friends. Possible
Okay.
love, but friends.
Okay.
I'd say it's mostly because Koyomi was essentially dropped into his lap after all the shit happened to him, and well, it's the closest. It's like kind of the closest thing he has to a friend right now, outside of it. Well, closest thing he
Okay.
had to a friend before Shinpei and Rinko and Nito,
Okay. Okay.
and even the owner, the ring maker. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah. So what happened to Kamen Rider Beast?
Kind of got the shit beat out of him. Kind of the requirement of a Final Form arc is the secondary writer to get the shit beat out of him no matter what.
True. Is Beast gonna come in and save the day?
No, no. The Final Form arc. Remember, secondary writer gets the shit beat out of him. We need to show
Oh,
off the final form,
true.
Yeah.
which means Nito's going to be taking a backseat for the rest of the episode.
Okay.
He had his time to shine, and like I said, get the shit beat out of him. Now it's time for Haruto to shine. And by shine, I mean attempt to beat Lee. Time to attempt to take on Legion, and just like Nito, get the shit beat out of him. I love how for a quick second you could still you could see her breathing. Uh, oops.
Huh?
Huh.
So, any hostilities?
Not really. Just kind of
Huh.
a strange idea.
Yeah.
I think Dragon will explain it here. Now,
Hmm.
personally, this
Hmm.
part goes on way too long.
I love that.
Not gonna lie, they draw this out way too long. Well, this part.
Oh dear Lord.
Yeah, like I said,
Oh
they
my
they
God.
draw it out way too long. We get it. It's infinity. I think we also get to hear a little bit of Miss Amy from the
Whoa.
Kamen Rider Girls.
He looks like a Chrome Kamen Rider. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Good God, the sun
Commercial
would make
cut.
that blind anyone.
I think they accentuated that shot a little bit.
But I mean, like, if that were real, like, being real Chrome, if that were to friggin' get, like, to where it actually hit someone's eyes, it would blind them.
It's not that shiny.
I know. But, like, fresh Chrome would be.
Now, as you're about to see, Infinity's a little bit special. Also, say hi to the dragon as the Excalibur.
Whoa!
Yes, that is dragon. Transformed into a weapon.
Dino did the same thing.
Not. Oh well, yeah.
Yes, they did. I was about to say, yeah, they did.
I was thinking that I was. I think I was thinking the wrong form.
Yeah,
I
Denliner form.
no climax.
No, Denliner form. Denliner form is where he gets the sword.
The sword's not made up of them.
It's yes, but it's supposed to be kind of them.
Yeah.
Which climax form is kind of made up of them because each part is them.
Yeah. Also, as you saw, he managed to use a ring without having to prime the belt. Also, hello the Shining Strike.
Whoa!
Mass shift much?
God,
God.
dog!
Yeah. That's the finisher for that form, outside of the kick strike.
Good. Somebody actually does a finisher that isn't a kick.
A lot of riders do a finisher that's not a kick.
Every rider that we've watched on here has done a finisher that was a kick.
Almost all of Wizard's finishers in every single episode are not kicks, because he rarely uses kick strike. Just saying.
I'm talking about riders, not like every episode.
Yeah.
You are such a freaking retard.
Still in pain. Still in pain there, son.
He's like one of those kids that tries to run up to you and tries to hit you. Like one of those little tiny kids that you hold off with your hand. And he's trying to hit you, but he's hitting nothing. Either that or hug.
Of course you would want the levitate mayonnaise.
I see
Hey.
what.
Oh God.
I'm lost. Why is she not happy about this?
Um, because Gremlin was the one who freed Legion, who was locked up by Wise Man,
Oh.
and he's constantly been defying orders.
Okay. That's
Also,
Zed.
yep, more stuff from Zed.
Yeah.
Zed is the crappy one, right?
The less crappy one from
Yeah.
the two Tyson films.
Yeah. If you want to just compare the two Tyson films, then yeah, Zed is the less crappy one.
Now, compared to other Ryder films, on the other hand, it is still bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
So, thoughts on the Infinity Arc?
Honestly, wasn't that mad. Wasn't that bad. And to be honest, Rem the Infinity the the Infinity thing
Infinity Form?
again. Yeah, it wasn't that bad of an approach. It was just unusual. I never would have thought of that.
I can
Which I mean,
understand
I
why you
kind of yeah, I
said.
would, but
I can understand why you said you could hear the rage coming,
Mm-hmm. Because it's.
because that is kind of a what the fuck way of getting that ring.
But. It's
But
kind of
the
been
way Dragon explained it there, that kind of is understood a little better.
Plus, we've technically seen Haruto accomplish this
it
before
Right.
with the Dragon Timer. Like this exact thing.
Yeah.
He has created a ring from his own mana of sorts.
Yeah.
In the case of Dragon Timer, it's just a oversized ring, but it's still a ring. He just created the Infinity Ring, which, as you saw, White Wizard was not too happy he accomplished that.
Yeah.
why is that?
Because of what Infinity is.
Oh,
Okay, see if I can explain this. So I can explain why I don't consider All Dragon a final form, while Infinity is. Um, you see how All Dragon is a combination of Haruto's 4 elements, correct?
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He had to have White Wizard help him to accomplish that power.
So it
And,
wasn't a final form.
no, getting
For
there.
a final form, you kind of accomplish it yourself, don't you?
Still trying to get there. Hang on. Haruto still had to undergo the process in order to get essentially All Dragon in the form of the Dragon Timer. But it was according to White Wizard's plan. This is Haruto's own power, unchanged. This is not planned. This is not wanted by White Wizard. This is his power because he needs it. He wants it in order to accomplish what he needs to do. This is not for someone else's gain. This is for his own gain.
Makes sense.
Also, there's a couple things you should probably note about of Infinity. And this comes from the words that are used. First, the chant. It's a combination of all of Haruto's chants so far. It takes a word from every single chant for both his regular forms and his dragon forms. So it's a full or it's more of Haruto's power, just him tapping into it just out of sheer desperation, more so than it being planned. This is him tapping into
Okay.
the full amount of his power instead of being distilled into his 4 forms. Because
Right. I see that. That's what I
That
was
makes
fixing to
sense.
say.
Yeah, it
because
makes sense.
Infinity is the 5th element. You see, Haruto has 4 natural elements: flame, hurricane, water, land. Infinity is the 5th element. It's the element of light, and also the element of hope by extension, but you could probably guess that one.
Yeah.
Now, I say that because of 2 things. One, the Sparkle, which was the finisher chant for Shining Strike. Again, light thing there. Also, the name of what Haruto did when he didn't prime the ring. That's the flash step. And it's something only Infinity can do. Like, again, Haruto tapping into things that he normally can't do. And something we don't get to see is him using spells in new and different ways than what they would normally do. Like, for instance, bind. He can use that to attach the chains to the axe caliber and wield the weapon as such.
Huh.
Yeah, if you dig around for wizard magazine scans, you'll find the magazine scans that show off some of these spells used by Infinity, and they are not how the spells are used normally. Again.
Huh.
But to further emphasize that this is Haruto's power completely just unbound, do you two know what exactly light is, scientifically speaking?
Do what?
Scientifically speaking, do you know what light is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would one of you care to say it? Because that's what I was kind of pushing for.
Hang on. Let's see.
You're,
Light.
you're Googling it?
No, I'm not. Light
I hear you
is...
typing.
Oh, I was talking to one of my friends on Chatango. Uh, light is... It's like, I'm probably getting it wrong, but light is kind of only existent to... Crap.
Tommy, help me out here.
Well, I was kind of having fun watching Locke kind of stumble on this. Seriously, though, I mean...
God, what do you want?
Tommy, help him out, please. Please help him out. Just explain one of just the basic principle of light.
Well, light's the concept of all colors forming together.
That.
Isn't it kind of like a stimulation?
No. And Tommy hit what I was trying to go for. If you took light as you would normally see it and put it through a prism, you would get the colors of the rainbow.
Yeah, it's the stimulation of... It's like a stimulation of human sight.
Not quite. We only see the visible spectrum and light. Light is a lot more than that. We only see like 5% of the 5% of light.
Huh.
Just throwing that
Which
one out there.
really is why we only see certain colors in a rainbow, too.
Yeah.
Because technically there's a lot more than that.
Yeah. Because ultraviolet rays, radio waves...
Wait. Isn't light a form of radiation?
Yes, because ultraviolet rays, radio waves...
Yeah, it's electromagnetic.
Yes. That's not where I was trying to go with this, but yes. So now you have your science lesson for the day, folks. But what I was trying to get at is, if you took light, put it through a spectrum, you see the components. That's what Haruto's elements are. It's the components. It's the components of his power. His power is split into those various forms. Infinity is his full power, not broken up into those 4 separate pieces. Or in another sense, his 4 pieces truly coming together as one, which is something All Dragon doesn't do. It comes together, but it's still just the 4 elements together. Infinity is the true merge of the 4 elements, which is why Infinity is the final form.
Which I would venture to say is also why White Wizard is kind of unhappy to see this.
No, because that makes him more powerful than he wants him to be.
Uh-huh. The whole purpose of White Wizard guiding him all this way was to try to control his power.
And now Haruto has stepped outside of his box. And we're going to see White Wizard try to put him back in the box.
I
Let's just say things don't go well.
was going to say, I don't see that working too well for White Wizard there.
No. Well, kind of. Let's just say we're going to hit another point in the show where I'm waiting to see if there is going to be rage. Because let's just say Haruto makes the stupidest move that he will ever make in the show.
Oh, Lord.
And I don't know if the two of you will be able to see why he makes this a stupid decision and or agree with him. Because let's just say the show doesn't do the best job in doing so.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Like I said, it's the stupidest move he'll ever make in the show. Which, in a roundabout way, gives Nito his best moment in the show. Oddly enough. What do you want, Google Hangouts? Shut up.
It
Are you
sounds like
still
you're
there?
typing.
No, it was asking me if I was still there.
Oh.
Yeah, the typing thing has not really came up too much with us anymore.
I guess they took
Aww.
it.
Either that or they fixed it.
Aww. It sounds like you're typing.
So we muted your mic, even though it's not muted.
We're
everyone
sorry,
can hear you
Google, but we
typing.
have to pick at you.
So that's the many reasons Infinity I consider is the final form. It does things that all dragon and by extension all of the dragon forms are not able to do. Yes, the dragon forms are able to summon dragon into the physical form, but it's only parts. Infinity takes dragon and turns him into a weapon that does what you just saw. And unfortunately, the bigger attack it does is not as impressive. Smack the panel 5 times to get Plasma Shining Strike. Not as impressive.
Wow.
Kind of wish they swapped the two. Because for something that's supposed to be Plasma Shining Strike over Shining Strike, it's...
Not really that impressive.
No, it's not. It could have been a lot better. But yeah, but that the whole explanation I had with the fifth element, the whole explanation of light, and by extension of light, and kind of what light is, and how you can interpret that into what this means for Haruto in terms of his power. So yeah, and Dragon explained how he managed to get his magic back.
Yeah.
Which I would say it's probably because he still had some of his mana left, and he just managed to use that to give Dragon back his life. If you're looking for what literally happened, that's what I think happened.
I could see that.
Yeah. That's why Dragon was so willing to sacrifice himself. It's like, I knew he could bring me back. Because Haruto has, as Infinity says, unlimited, infinite amounts of potential. I don't mean that as a pun. I mean, literally, Haruto possibly has infinite amount of potential with his mana. Because he keeps getting... they don't really do any more of him running out. Haruto doesn't really run out of mana at any point in the show from here on out. And I think it's because he's becoming stronger every time he's getting these new forms. Every time he keeps fighting, he's gaining more and more power. He's kind of getting more and more mana because Dragon's becoming stronger by extension. So his mana capacity is becoming bigger and bigger, so where he can casually use the Dragon spell in Hurricane form. in the middle of a fight.
Hmm.
Which is something he's never done before.
Right.
But yeah, that's it. Anything else to say about this arc? I said a
I've got
lot.
No.
nothing.
This was just a good arc overall, and again, one of the better arcs of Wizard. We're gonna get to that point where the show dips down in quality. And I think that's what a lot of people remember about Wizard, and not remember like the first quarter or the first half of the show, because there's good stuff in this first half.
Yeah.
It's just people sometimes forget that. So yeah, we shall end off there. But next week, since we got the big old taste of Infinity and Hyper and several other arcs, we're going to take a break from Wizard and look at a video game adaptation anime in the form of Persona 4 the animation. Not
Hmm?
anime, the animation. And just as a note, we're looking at the subbed version, not the dubbed version, even though, as far as I know, they are exactly identical. The only difference is the voice cast.
Do
Which,
what?
the only reason the
Okay.
voice cast is different is because, well, the game had the Japanese voice cast and the English voice cast. So, duh. Plus, I think animation has the new actress for Chie and the new actor for Teddy. I'm assuming Teddy's voice actor is a guy, not a girl. I might be wrong there because I forgot why they both didn't reprise their roles. I think they both got caught up in other work and weren't able to come back. Which is why Chie and Teddy's voices are different in both this and Arena. I don't know if they're going to continue that, but yeah, they're different there.
Huh.
Hey, do you know if the guy that we use has the movie that continues off of O's?
You mean Megamax?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I know it's available on YouTube because I've seen it a couple times. I don't know whose subs it is.
Megamax. Found it.
Yeah.
Wait, Kamen Rider Forte Double O's Megamax?
Yes. It's not called that, mind you, but yes. Double's not in the title of the show, not in the title of the movie, even though he is in the movie.
That's what it says. But I think that's a Vietnamese sub.
Alrighty then. Anyway, with that distraction out of the way, we get to watch that next week. But until then, that'll do it for
Ramp it up, Salon.
Tommy Gun 2442, even though I wasn't here the entire show.
I'm Facebook2448 saying goodnight, everybody. We'll see you next time on the Game of Saloon Rift Tracks. Peace. Out.
As always, you can find the Game and Saloon Rift Tracks on our site at tgsr.dyndns.org. Don't forget to follow us on our social medias, on Twitter by following at TGS Rift Tracks, on Facebook at facebook.com/TGS Rift Tracks, on Google Plus at gplus.2/TGS Rift Tracks, and on YouTube at youtube.com/TGS Rift Tracks. Also, don't forget about the mobile app. It'll be updated after every TGSR with the archives for both TGS and TGSR. Till next time.